See these? Stacks. I got samples on top of samples, packs on packs on packs. All these C4 samples and this one leather dress shoe is going to be given away with the last remaining small NWB hoodies. So guys, if you rock smalls, get rid of them. If you have girlfriends, ladies, if you want to rock a hoodie, I know a lot of girls that wear the smalls, they fit comfortably because they're not like a baggy, sloppy fit. We got the V-necks, the last of the V-necks. We have all sizes except for mediums. Mediums are gone, and that's the last of the V-necks. So anytime you order them, we have blue raspberry and pineapple. I bet you've never tried pineapple. I'm just going to take some free ones and throw them at you with every order from here on out. All on huntfitness.com under NWB Apparel. We have the dog tags too. Real metal, laser etched. Get them. Free dog with every 10th pair. Back in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Wright, bodybuilding. I believe food choices, as in which foods you choose to mix and match in one combination of mealtime, is kind of like social structure in today's America. In the sense that I think people just stick to what they know as a secure, safe idea. What they're taught is supposed to go together. People are taught you're supposed to go to school for 4 years, then go to college for 4 years not knowing what you want to do, and then get some job that you hate just because it pays well and gives you benefits. Likewise, I feel like people are trained to believe certain foods are meant to only go with certain foods. Now, here's the thing. I've always lived my life outside of the box, especially in the kitchen. Eradicate any and all ideas you have of food structure and food limits. Get rid of what foods are supposed to taste like and what foods are supposed to go with what and what's supposed to be mixed and mashed together. Get rid of that. Get any ideas and concepts of food and taste out of your head and act like you've never tasted anything or seen anything before in your life. And then you can mix and match things, and if you get this idea of what something's supposed to taste like or go well with, if you can get that idea out of your head, suddenly you find all these different combinations that end up tasting amazingly. Problem is, when you go to tell somebody about them, usually you just have to try it yourself and have faith that I'm not lying to you. Check this out, this is the best breakfast combination in the world, and it's not even that intricate. You guys might have done it before, but it's one of my favorite meals right now. I don't have non-stick meat sprays right now. I'm out of them, so I just gotta use a little bit of butter just to lubricate up the pan. We don't need a whole lot at all. I normally recommend, obviously, some sort of spray, a healthier alternative, but you gotta make do with what you have last minute. Now we have the pan lubricated properly. You're gonna wanna crack about 4 whole eggs. I prefer the full egg because I don't believe in the whole egg whites thing. I did for years, and I used egg whites for years, and I couldn't stand them. And they also made my stomach feel kinda by the end of the time I was using them. Later I come to find that's because the actual protein in egg whites is not a very digestion-friendly source of protein. Though it's not bad for you, it's just not the best digested protein. However, the egg yolk itself is amazing for you in so many ways. On top of tasting fabulous, it actually has a good source of fat in it. It has a lot of micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and it's very digestion-friendly. So, that said, forget the whole egg whites thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry your little head. 4 yolks, 4 eggs total. Crack the bad boys in. Real chefs crack eggs with one hand. Kind of like how real men lift weights while yelling. 4 eggs. 4 eggs. We then add a touch of milk just to make them fluffy. I don't know how much milk I add in. Really just like half a shot glass worth of milk. As professional as that is. But you just want to whip it up. Whip it up. Whip it up. Whip it up. Ugh. Until you get it nice and orange juice colored, if that makes sense. But you want to get it like a nice smooth texture. You don't want any separation between the yolk and the egg whites anymore. Just make it all one smooth, fluid texture of liquid. The nice light, foggy orange juice kind of a color there. Then pour it in. Keep a slice of cheese on deck and ready. Open it halfway. I like Kraft Signals because it melts the best. So now that you got your eggs in the pan, the second part, the most crucial part of this meal is the oatmeal. Exactly 1 cup of quick oats, can be any brand if you're choosing. Mix it with a whole lot of water. I use about 1 cup of oats, but you can use however much you want. As for water, I don't know, but I try to make it nice and soupy. You should be able to see some water flopping around on top of the oats there because it's gonna dry up a lot once you stick it in the microwave for 1 minute. go back to tending your eggs. Make sure they don't stick to the pan. You want to keep swirling them around so they stay in the scrambled state. Make sure they stay liquid, fluffy, and scrambled at all times. When your oatmeal is finally done, it should be nice and hot, and it should still be a little bit liquidy. You should be able to tell when you stick a spoon in there, or a fork in my case. You should have some water slopping around in there. If you stick it in there and it's hard as rock, like it's really dried, like almost like the texture of a cake, just turn on the sink, put some more hot water in there, stir it up so it's nice and liquefied. Who else here eats while they're cooking? This part gets crucial. Make sure you keep this stuff liquid. Don't let it harden up against the pan. You don't want to be able to flop it around like it's cooked already. You want to keep it nice and liquid. So keep it stirring, keep the heat down on medium. Keep it moving constantly. This is where it gets crucial. Get your cheese ready. Starting to hardening up right now. I'm going to bring it to this side so you guys can see it. It's beginning to harden up, but you don't want it to be completely hard. You want it to stay kind of liquid there. Okay. That's about good. You're getting some solidness going on. Throw on the cheese. Throw on the cheese. Fold it over. It's going to melt. You're going to mash it up in a second anyway. Now, while you just topped your eggs with the cheese, you want to top your oatmeal with 1 Splenda. Ooh. Get 1 Splenda in that oatmeal going. Stir up. 1 Splenda will go a long way in this situation. And make sure you mash up that cheese. Get it nice and mashed up with the eggs. Try not to get it sticking to the pan. Just keep folding the eggs over and mushing it so it's all one big glop of eggs and cheese. Now you want to get it so it's still liquidy and wet. You don't want your eggs to be dry. Biggest mistake people make is they take their eggs off too late. See, they see this liquid stuff and they're like, oh, it's not done yet cooking. But eggs dry out as you take them off the stove. So you want to take it off sooner than later. Otherwise, you get dry, rubbery eggs. Now, the grand finale, mix it in the oatmeal. This is the part where everyone's like, ew! But this is the part where you gotta think outside the box and try it. Look at that. Now you stir it up nicely. And that's a lot of food right there. And if you cooked it correctly, meaning your oatmeal has enough liquid in it, your eggs were not dry and rubbery when you took them off the stove, you got your Splenda in there, you melted your cheese quite nicely, it's going to all blend together into one nice texture. Clearly I put too much for this bowl here, but that's fine. It just makes us all the much more epic of a meal. And like that, voila, you have an amazing meal. Try that. It tastes amazing. Again, get rid of this idea of how oatmeal is supposed to taste and what goes good with oatmeal and what won't go well with it, and eggs being a separate meal and all that. Erase that. Pretend you never even heard of any of this food. Pretend it's a foreign food, you're in a new country, and they're like, oh, you crack 4 of these guansamnias and then you mix it with this bowl of guap. Guap. It's the best I could come up with off the top of my head. Just pretend it's like a bunch of ingredients you've never heard of before and it's supposed to be mixed together like that. It's like a foreign dish, and then you eat it and oh my goodness, it's a lot of carbs. It's a lot of protein. And it's some good sources of fat. And it tastes good because of the Splenda. Subscribe now to Nick Wright Bodybuilding. That's a random, amazing muscle mass gaining meal. What's going on, family? It's Nick Wright Bodybuilding. We're back up visiting Rhode Island for a little bit. And check this out, we just got a new package in the mail. It is the brand new YouTube decal for the back of my car, the back of Bentley, the Dodge Magnum, but those of you who know me know that his name's Bentley. Alright, Skondor, my URL for YouTube. You can't see it too well because it's white and it's on white paper. But once I peel this paper off, it's going to be white lettering on the back of my car. You guys can see it in the other video I did on my other channel, Nick Wright Live. I showed you guys it when I first got it. However, what I did is when I first applied the decal, the big part of it, the YouTube part of it, stayed on fine. But the lettering, Skondor, needed a little bit more time to dry before peeling off the protective layer. I didn't realize it was going